Watch more reptilians? Well, like, recommend one, man. Reptilian stuff's hard to find now since YouTube cracked down on conspiracies. We could do some slapped ham, I suppose. See what's going on over there. Alright, let's see what's happening with some slapped ham. These scary clips are too spicy for me? Are you out of your mind? Oh my god, it's Magneto.
And get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
I'm ready. Let's slap some fucking ham, baby!
Many locker rooms are associated with haunting memories of middle school gym class. But for YouTuber Daniel DeHalitis, a locker room was scary not because of class bullies or puberty, but for a potential ghostly presence. The YouTuber shared what they witnessed for other viewers to take in.
Holy shit, this is spicy! Ah! It's the ghost of a bullied child still trying to get into his locker.
As you can see, the lock on the left-hand side of frame seems to be shaking all on its own.
How is this possible?
The camera person moves the camera around to show that all the other lockers seem to be perfectly normal. Eventually, the camera holder reaches a hand out to touch the lock, which then stops the shaking.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that got scary. That was spicy.
The go-to explanation in the comments section was that there could have been an air vent directly above the locker blowing some wind in. But if this was the case, why don't the other locks shake as well?
Checkmate, atheists. Because it's a ghost.
It could be the spirit of a former student haunting the locker room, perhaps trying to
That sounds a lot more reasonable.
Of course, without further information, this strange piece of footage will have to remain a mystery. Let us know your theories as to what's going on in the comment section down below.
Come on, bro, I just showered. I don't want to shit myself. Hey, well, I'm sorry to tell you. It's time to shit yourself.
Hey peeps, just a quick interlude to let
I will literally shit in your pants for you.
TikToker Dino Nugget 741 shared a clip of an investigation into a banging sound that turned into something downright terrifying. In the clip, we see footage of a man walking in his home at night with a flashlight. There's a strange, loud banging sound in the background.
Dino Nuggets, don't go in there! Oh, God!
The man opens the door to his basement. He peers in for a moment before deciding to go downstairs, see if he can spot anything creepy.
Nope. Oh, shit! Fuck! Sasquatch just followed him down.
Again and slow it down, we can see a dark figure follow behind the man.
Oh, God.
We can hear the man yell and run back upstairs.
His acting's pretty good.
The banging then continues all over again, signifying that the figure is still lurking.
Oh my God.
Many TikTokers claim that they also heard what sounded like voices whispering to the man, perhaps saying hi or hello in the basement. So you may have to draw your own conclusions about that mysterious...
I already know what it was. Figure. It was a Dementor.
The brief clip shows us the perspective of a car driving down a road as a thunderstorm roars ahead. Watch what happens.
Oh, there's Magneto. This is that one.
As the lightning strikes, an unknown black object seems to be hovering among the clouds.
Yeah, it's like some kind of like Dorito or something. I'm not quite sure. Interesting, yeah. Well, it's probably just a UFO, I guess.
Some comments cheekily suggested that it was Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Doesn't look anything like Raiden.
Or even the Thunder God himself, Thor. Others thought it was an alien craft of some kind, perhaps drawing power from the lightning itself.
See, finally, someone reasonable.
Quite a few comments thought the lighting looked a little off, suggesting that the whole thing is just some CGI trickery. So you might have to give the video another look and judge for yourself.
No, I've already judged. I know what it is.
In the TikTok clip, we can immediately see the object in question on the sand.
Wow. It's like a dick-sucking mermaid or something?
A skeleton
Oh my
with
god.
an open, gaping mouth. Its head resembles had theories that this skeleton was actually either a doll or some sort of dead sea creature.
It is, it's a
Not
mermaid.
anything more than that. At the same time, the skeletal figure doesn't resemble any known animal, and it certainly wouldn't be considered a cute collector's doll. So is there more to the story here?
Nope.
Some viewers did go a little deeper, claiming that scientists are experimenting with nature and animals, and that this may be proof of it.
Yep.
If so, this may be just an experiment gone wrong.
That's probably what it is. It's that creature from The Shape of Water.
The video shows us the baby monitor in question. We can see black and white footage of a baby's room with a crib in the middle. On the right side of frame, the light anomaly appears.
There's like a little, like sock puppet kind of thing here. Is it a ghost puppet
It
show?
looks like a bright ball of light seeming to make its way to the crib slowly. It hovers above the crib as if examining one before slowly disappearing back to where it came from.
Wow, that was pretty fucking intense. That was a little too
Completely
spicy for
freaked
me,
out
I
by
won't
this
lie.
clip, especially the fact that the ball of light seemed to hover over the crib as if inspecting it. So was this actually a spirit who
Yes.
was watching over the baby?
No, it was
So,
hunting,
why?
because it was hungry.
Some people believe that the spirits of our ancestors visit our babies when they sleep to protect them. Perhaps it's best to go with this thought over anything more sinister. If sitting in a large warehouse, watch what happens.
One of them comes alive, like a Decepticon, maybe? Oh shit! I saw it.
As you can see, a white anomaly appears to fall from the ground.
It's the ghost of a construction worker. Oh
Whatever
my god.
it is, it seems to move forward past the forklifts. Interestingly, the poster noted that a worker had been killed by a forklift in this very warehouse 10 years prior.
I knew it.
So could it be the worker's spirit here making a visit to his death site on the 10th anniversary?
That would be like the last place I feel like he'd want to visit.
Some viewers believe that this figure
Why would
was
he do
actually
that?
just a bit of dust, such as a dust devil being whipped up by a gust of wind.
Ugh.
TikTok user Twixy Time has shared a
I
clip
know.
that shows something very strange floating
I
in the
have to
sky
subscribe.
in Colorado Springs in the United States. Take a look.
What are those things?
Oh my god.
Sky right now, everybody.
You
They're
can see two bizarre
octopus
dark objects floating around
demogorgons.
in the sky.
What the are those?
Oh my
TikToker
god.
explains that he was just chilling in his car when he noticed the strange objects.
That's in the sky.
No, I can see it. Yeah, I can see that.
The TikToker then zooms out his camera to show that he's on a relatively empty street, before zooming in again on the strange objects.
Jesus Christ.
What
What are they doing up there?
are those? Explain.
I already did. They're,
Comments said that they were dementors,
like
straight
the
out of
Arrival
Harry Potter
aliens.
movies. Interestingly, another commentator stated that she's also in the area and explained that there's a man living there who flies kites exactly like these.
why?
As such, it could just be that this local man was having some fun with his strange kites on that cloudy
It
day.
is a strange
Though
kite.
why he would want kites as creepy as this is a mystery in itself.
Here's your gift sub taken
What
and the resub bread.
The are those?
Now, if you want to see some more super scary clips, then check out...
I don't know if I can handle more scary clips. That shit was a little too spicy. As advertised by the title. God. Those are hoarding chalk. Bromo chalk. That would be pretty cool if they could snort the chalk. Like it doubles as like a nice cocaine or something, I guess. That'd be innovative. Someone was injecting people with needles at the Travis Scott concert. That's a conspiracy. Like, that's what Jackson said. Like, he said that's what he thought was happening, like, as a conspiracy. Is that, like, a true thing? Or are you just saying that because Jackson came up with the conspiracy? Let's see. The security were stabbed with a needle. But these aren't exactly reliable sources. It's TMZ, some Australian site, and then Radar Online. 1,500 birds invade house. This?
Hundreds of birds swarm on
Oh,
house.
Jesus Christ.
Then they do something amazing. They fly right into the chimney. It's an
What?
invasion.
Are we sure they're not like a vacuum in there, sucking them in like Luigi's Mansion and a
Flew in
ghost?
by the hundreds and left a wave of chaos and destruction. Look there.
Holy
they're lining the
fuck.
windowsill with wings furiously flapping. They also attach themselves to the ceiling.
There were birds coming out of
Why did that happen?
everywhere. It was insane.
Carrie lives in the home in Torrance, California. She says she called animal control, but was told simply to leave her doors open.
Oh, good idea.
Budge.
First birds come in, then you're gonna have rapists and pedophiles because the door's open. Good idea, animal control.
Let him go.
It took Patrick 3 entire days to remove more than 1,500
Holy
birds
shit.
by hand, and they left quite a mess.
Up here on the very top, there's still bird droppings
There's a
there
gift
that
sub
we couldn't
drifting.
reach.
Incredibly, the same thing just happened 100 miles north in
Why?
Montecito,
What are they trying to tell us?
where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle live. Only
What?
a steam
Why does that
break
matter?
kept 1,000 birds out of the house. Wildlife biologist and host of TV's Ocean Treks, Jeff Corwin.
This is the time when birds
This is just
from
an ad?
around the world roost, and they roost in the homes where they want to begin their families. They're just taking advantage of what they feel is good structure and away from predators.
This feels like the footage was played in reverse. Like somebody released 1,500 birds and then reversed it. But I guess that wasn't the case. Jesus Christ. That's pretty cool.
Unfortunately,
Stealth Core
today,
Trainer.
Blade doesn't make
What am I looking for? Is that like a trailer? Is it this? Fitness Equipment Cafe? That was loud. Holy
And the
shit.
great thing about it,
Coming in with a jump scare.
while I'm focusing on the game, I am getting a great workout in my core.
Nate here from
fuck is that?
fitnessequipmentcafe.com, the home of fitness equipment news, reviews, own enjoy, and it's awesome. Picking up, go.
Wait, I want to see that. Oh, here it is. Oh, I see. Targeting gamers. Osu for abs. Imagine. That'd be nuts.
Press core challenge. I figure we're up for one. Yep.
Thanks to resub mech in Glabo.
Countdown, hold. Then, and my job is to line up to the dots.
Oh, he's really going in.
Is while I'm focusing on the game,
He's going for a high score.
great workout.
Oh my god.
Wow. And lats and all throughout the body, because a plank is one of the most effective ways of training the body. And of course, everyone's already programmed to have a great time playing the computer games.
Yeah.
True, this does look like a great game.
Play the game.
Wow. That's some serious core control there, Tom.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
This is the over 50 workout. You know, I'm just saying.
Oh,
The
g'day.
geriatric one.
You are so much fitter than.
Nice. Can I use this to play Time Splitters? Ask Tom. Maybe it would be like the Oya and they can start. Mr. Nightmare's like actually slapped. I expected it to be more like Nuke's top 5s, but it was real shit. Which was interesting. Don't really see a lot of that there. Nuke's is much goofier though, which is fun. Yeah, let's see the newest one. Is this just gonna be like reading Reddit posts though, or is this gonna be like actual footage stuff? These are story only? Oh, okay, that's not for me then. I don't really like those. How about the disturbing backstories?
I'll just refer to him as Tom. It started when Tom was 8 years old, taking his dog for a walk through the neighborhood with his mom. It was a little later in the night, between 10
Well, this
and
sounds
11
fake,
p.m.
if it's from
He
Reddit.
lived next to a swampy, woodsy area on the edge of the neighborhood, which was in Lansing, Michigan.
I thought this
Sarah,
said
who moved to
videos
South
with
Dakota
creepy
with.
backstories. Where's the
For
video?
Independence, Tom and
This
his
story's
girlfriend
fake, but
were
the
near
other two are
very end of
good.
the campground, and there were very few, if any, people around them.
Alright. There wasn't really a video there.
Emma Filipoff was 26 years old when she disappeared almost 10 years ago, on November 28, 2012. She was described by friends and family as a beautiful, creative, and private girl. There's been an extensive investigation into Emma's disappearance ever since, but so far investigators have been unsuccessful in determining what happened to her. A surveillance video from the day Emma disappeared shows her in a 7-Eleven pacing around and cupping her hands around the glass door as she looked outside, as though she was being followed. She purchased
this
a
is just
prepaid
fucking
cell phone
sad
at the
then.
7-Eleven despite never owning one before. Then she hesitated before leaving.
There's the prime coyote. I imagine this kind of thing happens a
Cell phone
lot.
she purchased was never activated. A little later, Emma got into
Security
a taxi,
cameras probably
instructing the
capture a
driver
lot
to
of
go to the
missing
airport.
persons.
She then got out of the taxi due to insufficient
But just
funds
no one
for
ever
the fare.
checks.
She was last seen between the times of 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m., acting strangely in front of the Empress Hotel. According to a witness, Emma seemed confused. He saw her at a crosswalk, refusing to cross the street. He asked her if she was feeling okay, and asked her if she was being followed due to her paranoid mannerisms. Emma said she was okay. So, not knowing what to do, he made a phone call to the police. Police showed up and found her shoeless, and they questioned her for a total of 45 minutes and then left. Investigators later
What's
found
the
her
shoeless
vehicle the
part have to
following
do with
morning,
anything?
parked at the Chateau Victoria parking lot, containing all of her belongings, including her laptop, books, her
She said
passport,
cherry.
and library card. Investigators found a CCTV footage clip from a local YMCA 5 days before Emma went missing. In the clip, she walked in and out through the door 6 times, peering out through the glass.
Like psychosis or something, maybe? I don't know. This is okay. This is confusing. I thought it was just like a kidnapping.
One possible person of interest is in CCTV footage from a Vancouver store. The 2014 surveillance video shows a man in a Gastown clothing store holding a purple poster in his right hand. The store owner reported that the man was irritated and claiming Emma was his girlfriend and that she wanted to be left alone. Police have not yet been able to identify him.
How? That's always the thing that surprises me. On Reddit, there'll often be these videos that come up of like random assaults and shit, and the person's just like fully in view of the camera. My immediate thought is, this guy's fucked. His whole life is over. They've got him now. Because you can see everything about the person, and I just have so much faith in like the process that you can always identify someone if you can see them fully. But I guess not. More often I realize that it doesn't matter. They can't just identify someone just because they can see everything about them. There's some Geo and Luke. Plus I guess a lot of those big case breaks come from anonymous tips, like people actually just leaving tips and telling the police who the person was that they were asking about.
What we're about to watch was of an episode of the old game show The Dating Game, and on the surface it seems completely normal, and all the contestants seem to be regular people you'd expect to see in a typical cheesy 1970s dating show. However, one person...
That's another good point. A lot of people think your DNA also just gives your name and address to the cops. Yeah, it's me. That's my immediate thought too. Like whenever I read about a crime or something, I'm like, well, he may have left DNA at the scene, so they'll get him pretty soon. Like a fucking child. As if DNA is like geocoded or something, where if you find like a single hair, you can trace it all the way back to the person and find them at like a dilapidated Denny's across the globe. That is absolutely how I think about shit too. It's like DNA is a perpetual GPS.
On the stage was not who he seemed.
Thanks to the Prime,
It was
Petty.
later found out this episode was filmed amid a gruesome killing spree. He was the winner of the episode, and his name was Rodney Alcala, a serial killer who victimized up to 130
Holy fuck.
women. This was part of the episode.
130? What the fuck?
Photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13, fully developed. Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
He was introduced as Bachelor Number
Exit
1,
Prime.
a successful photographer
Smash and the
who
Recent
enjoyed
Exotic.
skydiving and motorcycling in his spare
The
time.
Prime Flipper.
A Bachelor Number 1. I am serving you for dinner.
Oh.
What are you called and what do you look like?
I'm called the Banana, and I look really good.
What?
Can you be a little more descriptive?
Peel me.
What a weird fucking show.
With his suggestive quips and impressions, he won the contest, scoring a date with the
Shit
Bachelorette,
seems
Cheryl
haunted.
Bradshaw. But in the years that followed his appearance on the show, Alcala would come to be known as the dating game killer.
Will that date be Bachelor Number 1, Bachelor Number 2, or Bachelor Number 3? Who gets the dates?
Well, I like bananas, so I'll take one.
Number 1, Bachelor Number 1, all right.
What a weird fucking show.
He's a skydiver, so he's got a lot of nerve. He's into motorcycling. He's also a fine photographer. Say hello to Rodney Alcala. Rodney, come on and say hello.
He just kissed her on the
Convicted
mouth?
of the murders of 6 women and a 12-year-old girl, with some of the crimes being committed before his TV appearance. Investigators estimated his victims could be as many as 130. Alcala died at age 77 while on death row. He committed his first known crime on September 25, 1968, when an eyewitness in Los Angeles called police after watching him lure an 8-year-old girl named Tali Shapiro into his apartment. Tali was walking to school when Alcala offered her a ride, but he took her to his apartment instead. When the police arrived, the girl was found alive, but Alcala had fled. To evade the resulting arrest warrant, he left the state and enrolled in the NYU Film School, using the name John Berger. With his good looks and charm, he persuaded many young women to pose in photographs for him, most of whom are presumed to have been victims of his, and apparently a lot of them remain unidentified. In fact, you can easily find these pictures online. In 1971, he obtained a counseling job at a New Hampshire arts camp for children. The FBI added Alcala to its list of 10 most wanted fugitives, and a few months later, 2 children attending the arts camp noticed his photo on an FBI poster at the post office. Alcala was arrested and extradited to California. He only served 3 years in prison for this crime, because Shapiro's family had relocated to Mexico, and her parents refused to have her testify at the trial. The years following, he would be in and out of jail, and the list of his victims would grow longer and longer. Somehow, Alcala was able to make it on the dating show despite his criminal history, and of course his record went unmentioned during his appearance. After Cheryl Bradshaw chose Rodney Alcala, the two were awarded tennis lessons, complete with outfits, and a trip to Magic Mountain theme park.
First, you'll receive tennis lessons from expert Naomi Besa of the...
How in the fuck?
The two were then escorted to a place where the show would allow the match to talk and get to know each other. And it was during this time that Cheryl Bradshaw started to get a bad feeling about Rodney overall, describing him as creepy and weird. The arranged date after the show never happened.
Oh, nice.
Bradshaw called the show's office after filming and told the contestant coordinator that she didn't want to go because of the weird vibes that came off of him.
She said, "Ellen, I can't go out with this guy. There's weird vibes that are coming off of him. He's very strange. I'm not comfortable. Is that going to be a problem?"
Good sense.
Of course, I said no.
The next year,
That's some good
June
intuition.
20th, 1979, 12-year-old Robin Samso of Huntington Beach vanished while riding a bike to a ballet lesson. A Forest Service employee later found her remains, scattered across a remote ravine in Los Angeles. Robin's friends told police that a stranger had photographed them on the beach the day she disappeared. Authorities obtained a warrant to arrest Alcala based on his record, his known habit of photographing children, and indications that he frequented the area that the girl's body was found. Rodney Alcala's DNA would later link him to the deaths of multiple other women. In 2010, he was convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to death, but after New York City investigators began probing his potential ties to unsolved killings in the city in the 1970s, he was also charged for the murders of 2 more women, which he pleaded guilty to.
In early.
The actual amount of disappearances and murders that Rodney is responsible for remain unknown. It's crazy to think how Cheryl Bradshaw's gut instincts that something was off about Rodney and her refusal to go through with their date probably saved her life.
Well, not probably. It absolutely saved her life. You can say with a high level of confidence that had she gone on that date, she would have been another victim of the guy. So good for Carol. She was able to sniff that shit out. Well, that last one was definitely a fucking wild one. Old dating shows were so... Well, I guess just old shows in general. You guys remember that? I think it was a Canadian show. There was like a Canadian kids show where the host just kept making out with the children on the show and people just clapped for it. It's a video that pops up on Reddit all the time about like TV was really fucking weird back in the day. Like all those old shows were just kind of fucking creepy, full of weirdos. Seems like chat's split half and half. It wasn't Family Feud. It was a Canadian show. They had like child contestants and I think they were doing like trivia or something. It's been a long time. But basically the host, every time a kid would answer a question, he just kissed them on the lips. Like just constantly kissing the kids on the lips. It wasn't French, it was I'm pretty sure it was Canada. It's been a long time since I saw that pop back up on Reddit, but yeah, shit was fucking gross. And the dude, as far as I remember, the dude never faced any repercussions. Like he was a host for his entire career.